It's Monday, February 23rd. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Wax Wake Up. I'm Natasha Sweet. U.S.-Iran nuclear talks resumed this week in Geneva amid heightened tensions as President Donald Trump publicly considers a military strike if no deal is reached.
They better negotiate a fair deal.
Oman, mediating the discussions, announced the third round for Thursday, just before Trump's apparent 10-day deadline to strike or negotiate. Iran is preparing a draft proposal by Tuesday, focusing solely on its nuclear program, which it claims is peaceful, while rejecting a complete halt to enrichment. The U.S. demands an end to enrichment, plus talks on Iran's ballistic missiles and support for regional proxies following Tehran's crackdown on protests that killed thousands. U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer is urging international partners to stick to their trade deals despite a Supreme Court ruling that struck down President Donald Trump's tariff authority, potentially upending agreements and triggering a messy refund process.
We want them to understand that these deals are going to be good deals. We expect to stand by them. We expect our partners to stand by them. And I haven't heard anyone yet come to me and say the deal's off.
The 6-3 Supreme Court decision bars Trump from using the International Emergency Economic Powers Act for his Liberation Day tariffs aimed at reducing trade deficits. It's prompted cabinet members like Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to call on partners to honor existing pacts while suggesting tariffs could be reimposed under other laws. Trump quickly imposed a 10% global tariff under Section 122 of the 1974 Trade Act, later increasing it to 15%, but at least one nation, India, has rescheduled final talks on a February deal. Officials warn that any refunds for past tariffs could drag on for years, with Trump predicting a 5-year battle and Greer calling for court guidance on the uncertain process. President Donald Trump announced he's sending a U.S. hospital ship to Greenland to provide medical care amid his ongoing interest in the Arctic island. Greenland's Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen rejected the offer, calling it a no thank you and urging Trump to consult them directly rather than making random social media statements. Nielsen emphasized that cooperation requires respect for Greenland's decision-making and its free public health care system. Trump's move comes a week after the UK announced a major Arctic military deployment to counter Russian aggression, including its largest warship and F-35 jets. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Monday morning. For more stories, be sure to head on over to our website and give us a follow on social media so you can stay in the know on all that's trending in politics. Have a great day.